Hello and welcome back to the History Place, where we look at the historical facts they do not teach you in schools. I am the History Lady, here to lead you through some of the most interesting tales from the past. Let's dive in. The first on the list is 15th century French playwright Molière. Molière was a widely known and respected playwright and actor, known to spellbound his audiences with his theatrical talent. However, during one evening's performance, Molière suffered a pulmonary hemorrhage caused by tuberculosis while playing the part of a hypochondriac in his own play Le Malade Imaginaire. He disguised his convulsion as part of his performance and finished out the show, which ends with his character dead in a chair. After the show, he was carried in the chair to his house, where he died. Next up is the unlucky story of Henry Hall. In 1755, the 94-year-old British lighthouse keeper died several days after fighting a fire at Rudyard's Tower, during which molten lead from the roof fell down his throat. His autopsy revealed that the diaphragmatic upper mouth of the stomach greatly inflamed and ulcerated, and the tonsure in the lower part of the stomach burnt, and from the great cavity of it took out a great piece of lead, which weighed exactly 7 ounces, 5 drachms, and 18 grains. The piece of lead is currently in the collection of the National Museum of Scotland, because today we still can't believe the rarity of his death. The next death is that of brave yet very stupid attempts made by John Cummings. In 1809, John Cummings had realized his ambition in life following a visit to a circus performance. After seeing a circus knife swallower, seaman John Cummings began actually swallowing knives. On one occasion he swallowed 4 knives and quickly passed 3 with no ill health. He later swallowed 14 knives, and after some days with abdominal pain he passed all of them. He finally swallowed 20 knives and a clasp knife case, but after a few days he had only passed the case. He died after 4 years in pain. On autopsy, a knife blade and spring were found in his intestines, and between 30 and 40 fragments of metal, wood and horn in his stomach. I wonder what John was thinking. This next ill-fated ending also centers on a circus. On one unlucky evening in January 1854, little William Cinder had managed to convince his parents to take him to his local circus. William had dreamed of visiting the most amazing place on earth, and when he arrived, he was not disappointed. He marveled at the incredible trapeze acts, the vibrant colors, the animals, and most of all, the clowns. William rushed up to his favorite clown, and the clown responded by picking William up and throwing him in the air and catching him. "More, more," William cried, and the clown made him chuckle for joy. The clown then decided to take William by the ankles and swing him around. At first, William laughed, and so did everyone around, until William became limp, and his laughing stopped suddenly. The clown released William when he realized that he had died due to being swung. This is the story of how Bridget Driscoll met her end. On the 17th of August, what would have been any other normal day in Bridget's life, the 44-year-old woman left her house to run her many errands. Whilst out, Bridget was walking across the grounds of the Crystal Palace when she was struck by a motorcar. Bridget died instantly. Her death is the first recorded case of a pedestrian killed in a collision with a motorcar in Great Britain. This death is a tale of an ill-fated American sports game. This tale speaks of not one death but unfortunately multiple, in a tale so tragic and unexpected. During the 1900 the big game American football match between the California Golden Bears and the Stanford Cardinal in San Francisco, a large crowd of people who did not want to pay the $1 admission fee gathered upon the roof of a glass-blowing factory to watch for free. However, as more and more spectators took to the roof collapsed, spilling many spectators onto a furnace. Of the hundreds of people on the roof, at least 100 people fell 4 stories to the factory floor. 60 to 100 more people fell directly on top of the furnace, the surface temperature of which was estimated to be around 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Fuel pipes were severed as a result of the roof collapse, spraying many victims with scalding hot oil. The fuel also ignited, setting many bodies on fire. 23 people were killed, and over 100 more were injured. The disaster remains the deadliest accident at a sporting event in US history. The last fascinating death on our list today is that of the beautiful and incredibly talented movie actress Martha Mansfield. While the 24-year-old American film actress was on location in San Antonio, Texas, filming the American Civil War drama The Warrens of Virginia, a lit match was carelessly tossed by a crew member, which ignited the hoop skirts and ruffles of her Civil War costume. Mansfield had just finished filming her scenes and retired to a car when her clothing burst into flames. Co-star Wilfred Littell and a chauffeur were able to extinguish the flames, and Mansfield was rushed to a hospital where she died the following day from her injuries. As sad and tragic as these stories are, it is always worth remembering that these are true stories about real people.